Action. Good day. This is Mr. Too Easy on Warrior Empowerment Hour on WRGG 93.7 FM. Let me get my volumes about right. There we go. So if you didn't hear me, this is Mr. Too Easy at Warrior Empowerment Hour on WRGG 93.7 FM. So this is where I talk about my combat experience in the Army, my life before the Army, my life after the Army, and present day. So I have a few reads. I'm going to get off right quick. So high school basketball featuring 30 games of the Greencastle Atrium Boys and Girls High School varsity teams continues Tuesday as the Blue Devil girls entertain the Polar Bears of Northern. The girls, coming off a 2 pair of wins and a championship in Franklin County tip-off tournament, start their defense of the Colonial Division Championship Tuesday evening, and you can join us for all play-by-play action Tuesday, brought to you by Henry's Floor Covering, Del Martin Inc., Wellspan Health and Blue Heron Events from Scratch, catering with high school basketball on your local sports connection, 93.7 WRGG. Next is the WRGG Christmas Open House happening Christmas Eve, starting at 6 a.m., going until 2 p.m. Stop by and say hi, enjoy some refreshments, and pick up a limited edition of WRGG 2020 calendar while supplies last. All from your friends here and your community radio station, 93.7 WRGG. Next, WRGG presents Forever Young Country Christmas Show at the Historical Star Theater, 23 West Seminary Street in Mercersburg. Get into the Christmas spirit country style with Dale and Kip Young of Forever Young Ministry, featuring traditional country and original Christmas songs. The show will be Thursday, December 19th from 1 to 3 p.m. General admission is just $20. You can contact Linda at 717-597-5460. Getting you into the holiday spirit for your friends and the Historical Star Theater and WRGG 93.7. Next, it's that time again, the time of giving at the time to help the benefit of children at the Hershey Medical Center Pediatric Center. In honor of Western Rock, Cub Scout Pack 13 is collecting pajamas again. They're looking for new pajamas with the tag still attached. 2-piece sets, buttons instead of zippers, all sizes, big and small. Excuse me. And you can drop off the pajamas here at the WRGG Studios, located at 113 South Carlisle Street. The drive concludes on December 13th. Proud to be a part of our community. We are 93.7. We are WRGG. Next, Jan Zale Wines and WRGG are teaming up to make you a winner. Once a month, we'll be giving you a chance to win wine tasting for two at Jan Zale's Wines, located at 251 Grant Street in Chambersburg. Of course, you must be 21 to win, but all have to do is listen, and on the last Wednesday of the month, you know, Wine Wednesdays, to be a correct caller, it is that easy and that simple. All is from your friends at Jan Zale Wines and 93.7 WRGG. Next, Mayhem Auto Brokers, located at 6088 Molly Pitcher Highway. They can be contacted at 717-375-4800. They'll be having a holiday savings off of selected vehicles, anywhere from $250 off to $1,000 off selected vehicles. Okay, guys, so if you're looking for a vehicle, a new used vehicle, go down to Mayhem Auto Brokers. They're on 6088 Molly Pitcher Highway. So you may get $250 off a vehicle, or you may get up to $1,000 off, but it's on select models only. So when you go down there, don't choose a $2,000 vehicle and say, do I get $1,000 off? You know it doesn't work that way. But you can also contact them at 717-375-4800. Okay, don't forget to donate to Blackout and his entourage of vehicles. He's usually at almost every single parade. He try to make to every event that he can make it out to. Of course, you know the big truck Blackout. You have Agent Orange. You have the Dark Knight. You have a whole bunch of flew vehicles. So you can donate to CT, that's Charlie Tango, 1234567 at Comcast.net. They're also on Facebook. They do a weekly podcast on, I believe it's the story of Blackout and the people that follow Blackout, because him and all his entourage supports all of our veterans of all eras, our EMTs, our first responder, our police force, everybody. So definitely help support. So that are all the brief reads right now. So now I'm going to get into it. So the topic of today, let's see. I got a few inboxes and they asked me to, it says, how does the present day affect you now? So I was like, okay, well, okay, I'll definitely talk about that. So present day with everything that's going on. Let's see. I'll start off with two quotes that I used to read out to my soldiers when we was in Iraq. So the first quote is, let's see, where we at? It's God's duty to forgive the enemies, but it's our duty to convene a meeting between the two. Okay? So the next one is, make no mistake, I will defend the weak. I will defend our freedom. I will bring the fight to your home to keep you out of mine. I will pursue to my last dying breath of all who threaten my people. I will sacrifice so that others may live. I am an American. I am a soldier. I am a warrior. So those two quotes before, we went on convoy. That's what I would read out to people that was in my convoy. So how the present day is affecting me now. Wow, that is a good question. And I'm going to see if I can get it all done in 45 minutes. So let's see. I can tell you definitely by working in the civilian world, because I got out in 2012 of the Army. So it's definitely different. So I've noticed, because when I was in the Army, it's all about presentation. It's all about you representing everyone, just one representing everyone, basically. So, like, for example, we used to do weekly police calls, comb the area, pick up cigarette butts, pick up trash, stuff like that. Okay, that's just something we did on Friday, so that way we have a weekend pass, enjoy the weekend, boom, boom, boom. Do your barracks maintenance, area beautification, stuff like that. So when I lived on base, when you see something out of place, like a piece of paper or trash on the ground, you would pick it up and dispose of it. Okay, something as simple as that. To me, it's simple because that's how I was brought up. It's just that simple. But when you get into the civilian sector and to real life, so maybe I should say real life, still civilian sector. I don't know, but we'll just use those two terms right now. You can see trash blowing around, and some people will just let it keep blowing around instead of picking it up. So when I see that, I'm thinking, wow, why couldn't you just take a few seconds to pick it up? So I'll pick it up, I put it in my garbage can or put it in my truck or whatever until I get to a gas station, put it in the garbage can. So it's just difference of stuff like that. It's little, but I guess some people may not think it's little. I'm having technical difficulties on my Instagram, so I'm sorry about that. So but then when it comes to taking care of your employees, that's a big pet peeve of mine. But I've learned in the civilian world, at this one particular job that I worked at as a director of public works, sometimes the powers that be don't really look out for the workforce. So, as an outsider and as a person with strong military values and integrity and honor and selfless service, sometimes that kind of weighs on a person. So when it weighs on the veteran itself, it also weighs on the veteran's family because, of course, that's who he or she vents to. So that's who has to hear it, especially when it's a 2-hour drive to get to work and a 2-hour drive to get off of work. So that's 4 hours, but technically 4.5 hours on the highway. Because in the evening, it takes a little bit more to get back to Pennsylvania when you're commuting all the way to the DC area. So imagine this for a second. Imagine you director of public works, and your guys basically set up for events and break down for events. So I think I talked on this last week. I'm not sure. So I'll just do a brief synopsis of it, just in case you guys have heard the story already. So at this particular time, I was out on medical due to some stressors at work. So, but the events were still going on. So as the events going on, I let my assistant know that I'll be in the area just to make sure everything is okay. And, they're not, my guys are doing what they're supposed to do. So as I do that, I go to see if my guys are okay. Now, granted, I drove all the way from Pennsylvania to Maryland on Davis on a weekend. So went up there, see my guys, give them a buzz, call them on the radio. Hey, is everything okay? Yeah, director, everything's fine, da 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 da. So, no problem. That's what a leader should do. Should check it up on his team, on his guys, even if he's under doctor's orders. Okay? Because I really wasn't working. I just want to make sure that everything's copacetic. That's it. Okay? So that's just the way I operate. I don't know if everyone else operates that way, but that's the way I operate. So, upon arriving, I speak to some of the guys. The event is about to start. Everything looks good. So I am leaving the event. Okay, because I just want to check on my crew. So as I'm leaving the event, this person will remain nameless, but he or she is in the upper echelons of the executive team, and comes out and yells, "If you don't come in here and speak, that's your resignation. Consider yourself fired," and all this stuff. Having a tantrum like a little child. That's how I see it as a little child, because you take something from a child and they cry and yell and they want their way and they stomp their feet. Basically, that's what that person did. Okay, it's just a little nothing, basically. So At first I ignored it. I'm going back to my truck, and my wife is the one driving. So she's like, babe, let's just go. Da 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 da. So I'm like, no, let me go in there because I really don't want to hear this stuff when I come off of sick leave. So she's like, no, you're already on leave. If you go in there, you're technically working. Da 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 da. So I'm like, I don't want to hear his mouth because I'm going to get pissed off. Okay. So imagine for a second that you have combat PTSD, you have a form of PTSD, or you have a form of when people yelling at you like that for no apparent reason, only because they can't get their way. What goes through your mind? Okay. So imagine you at your job and somebody that's above you start yelling like that, and you're like, first of all, I'm just here checking on my crew, and I'm supposed to be leaving anyway. I'm on doctor's orders. But they don't care because it's all about them. Because they think the world revolves around them when it really doesn't. Okay, so I'm going there, I'm frustrated, and I'm shaking. Okay, my hands and stuff are literally shaking, and I'm holding this Red Bull, so I'm drinking Red Bull because I was on a medication that kind of puts me on pause. Okay, like I don't know, what's it called, Ativan or something? I don't know. So trying to, get myself a little worked up so I can speak in front of these people, okay? So as I speak in front of these people, I guess some photographer or something, I don't know. He wasn't a real photographer, like for a news station or something like that. Just a local person taking pictures. Reaches for the Red Bulls in my hand while I'm talking like, dude, first of all, what are you doing? Okay, so it was something else that was said. I forgot what all was said because I kind of like blocked it out. Okay, so I go ahead and speak for like, I don't know, 5 or 8 minutes. So of course, my assistant like, oh my God, he's, something's not right, And, as I'm walking out, she's asking if I'm okay, da 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 da. So my wife sees the executive assistant to the person that yelled at me to come in to speak, to have a meeting with them, to let them understand what's going on. But of course, that goes on deaf ears because it's all about them, but it is what it is. So I go through that. So I end up going to the emergency room in Maryland at the local VA center. And of course, they told me I have to wait till Monday to see my treatment team, but they, treated whatever they could then there, da 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 da. So that's one thing I didn't understand in that scenario of the civilian world. People just have a temper tantrum and do dumb stuff like that. But of course, some people say, well, that's not the real world. That's just maybe that one person. But from a person on the outside looking in, that takes the time to drive 2 hours to a place, and he's not getting paid to do this, okay? He just want to make sure his team is okay, his workers are, everything is taken care of, and this is how the person is treated. So just imagine if you wasn't a veteran. How would you feel? That's just think about that. So this person is just, oh God, wait till you meet this person. You guys don't really have to interact with him because we're in Pennsylvania, there in Maryland. But he came to Pennsylvania a few times to go to Harrisburg University to see how Harrisburg is doing smart city stuff, which is wonderful. State of Pennsylvania is just wonderful overall when it comes to taking care of its residents, its citizens and stuff like that, and using great smart technology, for that's not going to cost a whole lot of money. They use it economically, basically, and it makes everything a lot easier, a lot safer for everyone, their police officers, their residents, everything. So, but it's kind of funny on how, the civilian world actually works sometimes in that kind of sector. So I thought maybe that's just, isolated incident, but actually that's how that person act all the time. I've seen him curse at the city administrator, all because they denied their $60,000 requisite without any backup to say what it was being spent on. Called the person all sorts kind of names. I was like, dang. And the current city administrator is a female, he's a male, he's just cursing her out. But this is coming from a person also threw a woman's personal belongings down a couple flights of steps too. But that's neither here nor there. But that's how some things affect me. And it kind of gets me worked up because I'm like, do people really act like this? And it's just like, wow. What would possess a person to act like that, to treat someone like that? Whether you male or female, but to treat someone like that? I don't know. I really don't know. But hey, maybe they have some personal issues, or maybe they need to go get a treatment team or something like that. You know, as a going joke, when I talk to my fellow veterans, when I go to the VA, you know, we always say there's a whole lot of people walking around undiagnosed. At least I'm diagnosed. At least I'm getting help. At least I'm working on me. That's all I can say. That's all I can do is work on me. Can't work on anyone else. But just think about that. There's a lot of people acting like that, walking around undiagnosed, and think the world revolves around them when it don't. So, on that tad bit, let me play a little song. Let's play, let's see. How about Tech N9ne, Am I Psycho? Let's do it.
My mind's for sure shady, pure Hades, Revex, they couldn't endure to save me. Why do I let this stripper burn me on my arm with a cigarette in the same spot 10 times a day? When I feel that burn upon the clitoris, I'ma get her wet. Sorry to get carried away, I feel stupid cause I ain't bitter yet. Maybe she never looking to find her, and spit on her breast, I get vexed, so I ain't bitter next. Open, I try to contain it, but that bang thing soaking. Alter ego say why you let them gang bang focus. Strange lane, hoping I can maintain coping, but ain't nobody talking when the insane main spoken.
I like fire on my skin, blood on my drawers, from up on the walls. I'm suffering, I'm stuck in the claws, stuffed in her jaws, huffing and puffing, huddled on my dog. Afterwards, I like really hot, scalding water on my balls.
Am I a psycho? Am I a psycho? Yeah, I'm a psycho. I guess I'm a psycho. Mom, Dad, I'm no longer the boy you used to see. I've changed a lot, plus I've grown to hate every human being. My mood swings and I turn my dreams into gruesome scenes. Now I'm doing things I don't normally do, and illusions seem to be the only pleasures I can gain. Heck, if I was sane, I would have put down the mic and said, "Up, I'll never rise to fame." But with the wicked record I contain, I could probably jeopardize your name. No lovey-dovey, let's ignite the flame. If you're lucky, you survive the pain. Sorry, that ain't very merry to say. Why is this game so scary to play? Well, let me think, cause every day my balls are getting too hairy to shade. Pause a minute, I'm stressing the game. If I go to hell, then heaven's to blame. I don't mean to come off crazy, but you motherfuckers seem to think I'm hella deranged. When I was 7 years old, I fell on my head and I severed my brain. You think I'm lying, then ask my mama, and she gon' tell you the same. Should I be ashamed? No, I'm living my life so ghetto fabulous. Before you get bent out of shape, let me ask you this. Am I a psycho? Am I a psycho? Yeah, I'm a psycho. I guess I'm a psycho. I stab you with this mic and rap this verse I'm rapping to you. Matter of fact, I'm rapping through you. Never say my motherfucking name unless you absolutely have to. I am not no off jacket with no matching shoes, and you are not no fashion guru. Can't even see you in jaw. Wish I was rapping to you. Matter of fact, act like I'm rapping to you. If that gives you passion to use it as an excuse, then just jump up at a conclusion that I'm attacking you dudes. It's just like old-fashioned voodoo. Y'all ain't even the shit. No, y'all ain't even the doo-doo. I got more flavor on the tissue paper under my tubules, so I'm slapping you foolish with wooden paddles, you stupid. Babysitting little act like no afternoon children. You could call me psychotic, but it's more like schizophrenic, and I can sleep. Can anyone tell me just where my medicine is? Guess I gotta show these minors just where my avenue is. Man, I swear I'm all about my brain like graduate students. I'm sorry, didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I see your tears, come here, give me your face, let me hear it. But I wonder how it would look if I were to peel it back with a skillet. Then I would feel it crack when I hit it, and then I would split it back when you heal it. Bob it, boy, what in the hell, what in the heaven, what in the earth? Where is your mom? What do you curse? Where are you from? Where was your birth? Where were you first? Why weren't you in church? Why is there dirt all on your shirt? Man, and I think that you're going berserk. Am I a psycho? Am I a psycho? Yeah, I'm a psycho. I guess I'm a psycho. Am I a psycho? Am I a psycho? Yeah, I'm a psycho. I guess I'm a psycho.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Tech N9ne, Am I Psycho? So we're back into how present day affects me. So I gave one example of where I used to work at. And I'll give an example where I live at. So where I live at is Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Wonderful city, love it. I live in the 3rd Ward. So, you know, when I first got here in '05, okay, I was here via military. Army sent me up here. So, it's just wonderful. You know, here, and when I first got here, I called Chambersburg, Cheers Town, because everybody knows everybody, you know, like the sitcom Cheers, you know, so, and there's a lot of places, Greencastle like that, Waynesboro's like that, Fayetteville, all of them, you know, hey, boom. Almost every place I've been to in Franklin County and through the state of Pennsylvania, because I've been all over Pennsylvania. So, you know, and I think it's that way because we're not really susceptible to the big hustle and bustle of the city life, you know, like New York City, Washington, D.C. So when you're walking down the road and, you know, you see someone, you say, hey, how you doing, you know, and they give you a greeting back, it's awesome. You know, when you're holding the door for somebody or, you know, you see someone just picking up a piece of paper, picking up a piece of trash. You know, I've seen it all the time, especially between Greencastle and Chambersburg. I stop by like a little restaurant. Boom, I see someone just walking down the street, they see a piece of trash, pick it up, put it in the trash can. Something as simple as that. Something as simple as that. So, you know, I'm happy that, you know, due to the military, I got to see the Chambersburg area and decided to stay. So it's just wonderful. So I'm giving my part, you know, doing what I can do by keeping, you know, my area, wherever I go to, clean, speaking to everyone, just do regular humanly things for other human beings, no matter what your race, color, creed is. And that's the beauty of it. You know, here in Franklin County, it's a whole mixing bowl. It's a mixing bowl of a whole bunch of people. It's a big gumbo, okay? Because in gumbo is a lot of solids. Soup is just everything's running. So the big gumbo is a lot of solids. So, you know, me and the wife talk about it all the time. And it's just wonderful to meet and greet with regular people that's not trying to hide who they are, not trying to be something they're not. And it's just wonderful. And if a person don't want to be bothered, they'll say, hey, today's not the day, you know, I'm sorry I feel this way, but da-da-da-da. Boom, I can't be mad at that. At least you're honest. At least I know, okay, he or she is not having a good day. No problem, you know, and I respect that. And that's how people are here where I live at. And oh my Lord, I wish the whole world was like that. I really do. And it's just wonderful that, you know, you live in a place and, you know, most people are upfront like that. And, you know, they're happy to be around and stuff like that. So for a prime example, yesterday was my wife's birthday. So babe, happy birthday. So we went to Alibi's Eatery, Bar and Grill. I don't know what the ending and part of it, but I know it's Alibi's in Carlisle, PA. Because everyone told me that was a nice place to go to, and it was very nice. DJ was popping. It was wonderful. Had a great time. Had some friends come out. Met some new friends. It was just awesome. So and we was there from, I would say, 8:30 to 1 o'clock a.m. And for people who do know me, no, I don't like going to places I've never been before. No, I do not like large crowds. So it was pretty cool. And people that know me know I have a habit of counting people when I'm in a place. So I counted up to 175 people that was in Alibi's alone, not including the 12 staff members, but it was pretty cool. And, you know, every now and again, I'll go out, get some air, get a breather, dance with the wife or whatever. So one time I went out because I had to get something out the car. So the bouncer, and this is a funny story. So the bouncer asked, hey, dude, do you ever smile? You know, you have a wonderful looking wife. Do you smile? I see you on the dance floor. You just dance when I'm smiling. So I said, I was smiling. So he started laughing, you know. So when I came back in, I said, I smile on the inside. So he started laughing again. He says, okay, dude, this is whatever, you know. So it was pretty awesome. But I do take, you know, places I haven't been very serious. And I guess I have to work on to kind of blend in, so to speak. But I just like to know my surroundings and stuff like that. But we still had a wonderful time. And Alibi's had great service, made some great drinks. So it was great. So shout out to Alibi's and their staff and the owners. It was wonderful. It was, I felt pretty safe, you know, being a person that doesn't like crowds. It wasn't real large crowd, but it was pretty packed in there. I went live on my Facebook, so you can see it. For those who do follow me on regular, my standard page with my name on Facebook. But it was pretty cool. So, that's how everyday life is affecting me. I don't do any major shopping, like at Walmart or something like that. If we do go, it's like at 2 a.m. where there's nobody in there, or we'll go to BJ's when it's not really crowded, and we kind of know the person at BJ's, the person at the door. She's pretty nice, so she knows us by face and name, so it's pretty cool. So, when you live in a town like this, and like I tell people to come visit and stay the weekend with me, I see you guys need to take a look back and enjoy life. I see, because living up here, I can stop and smell the roses. I don't have to worry about, let me hurry up and get this place here. At the end of the day, like I used to tell people, if you're important enough, they'll wait. Or just leave early. If you arrive 15 minutes early, you're already late. You should be 30 minutes early. That's how I am. So, but there's some pros and there's cons to everything. But I like the circle of people that I'm around. Me and my family don't have a big circle of friends, but the circle that we have is solid, and I trust everyone that's in that circle, and even some that's not in the circle, because no one's going to suggest to hang out. No one's going to suggest me to hang out with someone else that's not positive vibes, that's not, doing the right thing. It just is what it is, So, I respect that, and people respect my space as well as I respect theirs. And it's just wonderful, everything. I can't complain, I do my treatment up at Martinsburg, West Virginia, VA. Wonderful staff out there. So, it's just great. I go to a lot of little mom and pop places, restaurants, because I like the freshness of food. I went to Bethany Beach. Me and the family went to Bethany Beach a few months ago, and we saw a sign in this one place. It says, fast food isn't always fresh, and fresh food should not be fast. Gotta love it. So if you go to a place, and I don't know, because to me, when you wait for something, it's perfect when it comes out. So I'll use Pat and Carla's as an example, because I love Pat and Carla's. We go to the one on Main Street all the time. So we get the salmon salad. Oh my God, I think it's awesome. So we get the salmon salad, and I usually get a large extra cheese pepperoni pizza, and just to sit and chit chat with the family. And it takes maybe, 15, 20 minutes for it to come out, and everything comes out at once. So they don't bring like the salad first, and then they bring the pizza. It comes all out at once, because that's usually what she eats, and then we both eat on the pizza. So it's kind of awesome. So, when you wait 20 minutes for a meal, it's nice, fresh, and it's hot. Same if you went to Rosalie's. Same if you went to, because I go to so many places. If you go to Lincoln Diner in Gettysburg, if you go to John Allison, I don't know the daggone name. I'm sorry, John Allison House, right there, right here in Greencastle, right at the light, basically. Wonderful food. Oh my God, wonderful. Chili is great. Chili's off the chain. So, it's wonderful when you wait for freshness, and it's healthy. So you have to, and I'm not knocking, McDonald's or Ruby Tuesdays or anything like that, or IHOP. It's just, I like fresh food as my preference, just hopefully these places I go to not microwaving, I don't know, a piece of steak or something, but I usually can know the difference. I usually can taste the difference. That's why I keep going to these places. But other than that, that's how it's affecting my life today. It's just, and if it don't affect me, it also affects my spouse. Because most of the time, if I've never been to a place, she would usually call ahead, or I'll call ahead and ask some questions, ask for specific seating, stuff like that. Because I don't like to have my back to the door, and just simple stuff. But I also like to be by the kitchen where I can hear dang, tang, plates and stuff. So it's just, it's just wonderful. Oh, and speaking of wonderful places, Cracker Barrel. Oh my God. We went there this morning for breakfast, and it's just something about them pancakes and that warm syrup they bring out. Woo! Make you want to smack your mama. Some good food, so shout out to Cracker Barrel. But that's how it affects me. And sometimes, like right now, around this this month is my anniversary date. So, this is the, I don't know, this is the 8th or something. So my brother passed away on December 24th. So, and that's the same day of my youngest daughter's birthday. So imagine explaining to, let's see, that was a few years ago. I think she was like 9. No, she was 7. The 7-year-old that you have to go identify her uncle's body because he passed away on her birthday. So these are the type of things that affect me to present day now. So some people may say, and trust me, I've heard this, so it doesn't hurt my feelings now, but some people may say, well, you can just get over it. That's something you really can't get over, because one, explaining that to a person that's having a birthday on that same day, that the father has to go and drive to North Carolina to identify the body of a fallen Marine and brother. Okay? So it's not like you can say, oh, well, let me wait till Christmas or the day after Christmas. No, it had to be done that day. So, when you get the casualty office, they give you that call, and no one wants to make that call. So I had to make that 8-hour trip. Picked up my mom and some other people to go down there, and we had to do what we had to do and come on back. But it's the anniversary month that it comes up, so I may feel a certain type of way. I might isolate a little bit more, but my wife kind of makes sure I don't, and then my daughter makes sure I don't too. So they kind of look after me and stuff, like, okay, let's go do something, so it's not all negative, but that one instance may create some negativity in your life until you can get a really good grip on it. And it's hard to explain if you haven't really been through it, but it's just, to me, it's not something you can get over. It's just, you have to work through it, you have to be better at it each time, so, and that's something I dealt with at the VA. My treatment team, give me coping skills, and talk to the wife and stuff like that, just to make sure everything is fine, So maybe I shouldn't use the word fine, because if you prior service, you know what the acronym FINE stands for, just like you know what acronym FISH stands for. So I'm not going to say it on the radio because it's not good words. So, but just Google it and it'll come up. Other than that, let me play a song. Let's play, okay, I do have a clean version of Jekyll and Hyde by Five Finger Death Punch. That's one of my favorite bands.
God, weight off my shoulders, all I'm trying to do is live my mother life. Supposed to be happy, but I'm only getting colder. Wear a smile on my face, but there's a demon inside. There's so much God, weight off my shoulders, all I'm trying to do is live my mother life. Supposed to be happy, but I'm only getting colder. Wear a smile on my face, but there's a demon inside.
Oh yeah, Jekyll and Hyde by Five Finger Death Punch. Yes, so I can relate to that song. Just like most of the songs I play, I can relate to, but definitely to that one when times get hard and like it says, there's anger built inside. But I've learned to turn that anger into positivity by creating things. So those who know me know my furniture is kind of like an Egyptian furniture, but I ripped the guts out and actually put reinforced about 1x6s and 2x4s in the inside, so you can actually drop it from the roof of a house and it still stay together. So I kind of create and recreate, so it's pretty awesome. So let's see. I see my time is coming close to an end. So let's see the last thing, how it affects me. Okay, politics. How that affects me. At the end of the day, I'm a conservative. I am. So I just find it hilarious on how if people don't do research, they believe the hype. So my thing is, just do your research. It's pretty simple. At this day and age, technology is at all of our fingertips. It's not like back in the day when I was growing up. My grandmother had a big set, I think it was like 30 books, the Encyclopedia Britannica. Okay, so that was your research if you didn't go to the library. So we didn't have a Google, we didn't have internet. And then we did have internet, it was like, it was like dial up, and it took 45 minutes just to come up to get your AOL. So, this day and age, for those who don't read the newspaper, you can do it online. But why would you do it from a little 6-inch monitor on your phone? I don't know, but hey, teach his own. But just to read and do some good research. And it's like I heard a quote from, it's not the correct. I'm not saying it right, but it was something that Denzel was being interviewed on, and he was saying how good. What did he say? He says something about social media is good, but too much is bad, or something like that. But do your research, and just don't believe the hype on one station or one paper. Newspapers are 35 cents. So with $1, you can get almost 3 newspapers. So, just read a newspaper. I do from time to time. So, and I do research. I Google, look up some stuff, and then cross-reference, fact finder, and all of the other stuff. So at the end of the day, to each his own. But all I can say is definitely vote. No matter what party affiliation you are, just go out to vote. At the end of the day, just vote. Who cares who you vote for? That's between you and the pencil or pen that's bubbling in or writing in or whatever is digital touchscreen. That's between you and the booth. Who really cares? But you should at least do the process and vote. When you turn 17, my grandmother told me to do research on every single political party and then choose one, and then hopefully you stick with that one. I've stuck with mine ever since I was 17, haven't changed. And that's just like with anything in life. You can have, let's use, for an example, this is just an example, so don't take my word for it. This is just an analogy. So say I love Ford trucks. I love Ford trucks, but I love Chevy cars. So I may get one Chevy car that may break down on me, a whole bunch. But that don't mean the whole Chevy enterprise is bad. Just think about that. So you may say, okay, I'm gonna vote for this person, but that person doesn't define the whole party. That's just like while I'm in the Army. We're Army of one. Just because there's one bad soldier in the Army, that doesn't make the whole entire Army bad. Okay? So just think about that. Think about it that way. And for me personally, and this is what me and my wife teach in our household. You don't put, let me see, how can I put it nicely, okay, on the radio? Basically, we don't put all our faith into a person because there's no perfect person. It really isn't. So how you view, and it's not an attack on any pastors, okay? You don't put all this faith into a pastor. He's a man or she's a woman and they're being a pastor. They're there to translate the word to you when you do not understand it yourself. But it's still up to you to read the word, to at least get an understanding. We have free will. So at least do that. So when you get these political people that you vote for, you're not voting, you're voting for the person, but you're not saying, oh, this is the perfect candidate, because no one is perfect. So, you got the current person in there, in my opinion, is close to a regular person we're ever going to get. I don't mind he don't have political correctness. I don't mind it because some of the things he talk about, I talk about in my household. And it's funny because I always say, I want to take out my house tapped. Because I be saying it, then I hear him saying something similar. But it's the truth. When do we get our feelings hurt over small stuff? Back in the day, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt you. Back in the day, treat people like you want to be treated. These sayings has gone by the wayside. Why? So now we're all on our feelings. So if that's the case, I feel that I should be a billionaire. So when I go to the bank tomorrow, when they open up, if I don't have 10 zeros behind my account number, or behind the money in my account, then I should be able to sue the bank company. Because I feel that I should be a millionaire. You see how that works? It's to me, it's silly. Why don't we just regularly be people? Just enjoy life. If it doesn't affect my hunting, my mortgage, and me loving my country, I don't worry about it. I really don't. I vote for who I want to vote for. I campaign for who I want to campaign for because it's the freedom right that we have. And I was part of that to protect. I've been to war. Did 5 tours, so I think I earned that right. But we all earn the right to basically do what we want to because we're free. As long as you don't hurt anyone or break any laws, in my opinion, do you. As long as you're not breaking any laws, not killing nobody, not hurting nobody. Come on now. This is America. Be American. Love life. Pursuit of happiness. That's why I love Pennsylvania. State of independence, but they changed the sign now. I forgot what it says, but it's a good saying. I drive on 81 and doing 65 miles an hour, the sign is a blur to me, even at 65 miles per hour. 65, okay? So as I come to an end, you guys know my ending song. Wiz Khalifa, until I see you again. And as I always say, be mentally strong, physically strong, socially strong, and spiritually strong. You have those 4 things, life should be pretty easy to go through. Hence why my name is Mr. Too Easy, because nothing's hard. It's only as hard as you make it. It is just that easy. So until I see you again by Wiz Khalifa.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Tell me about it.
We've come a long way from where we began.
Yes.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Tell me.
When I see you again. Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride. It's been a long day.
Long day.
Without you, my friend.
Yes.
And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
I'm all ears.
We've come a long way.
Come on.
From where we began.
Yes.
You know we started. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you.
Please do.
Again. Tell you. When I see you again. First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling stronger. With small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost.
Oh yeah.
And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone.
I remember.
How can we not talk about family when
Family's all we got. Everything I would do, you was there on my side. Now you go with me for a long time.
Let the light guide your way.
Yes. Come on now.
Hold every memory as you go.
Every memory.
And every road you take will always lead you home. Oh,
Yes, it has.
it's been a long day
Come on.
without you, my friend.
Too long.
And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way.
Long way.
From where we began.
Say what?
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Oh yeah. So this is Mr. Too Easy on Warrior Empowerment Hour, and I will see you again. Thank you.